Welcome back to another story time, and today's story time is going to be hypothetical cheats that may have perhaps taken place at some point somewhere.
No, it's not that they have, potentially, it's that they could have, potentially, in the future, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. So, settle down and get comfortable as we take you on the journey of the multiple cheats that have potentially maybe somewhere happened in the world. So I recall one, personally. I remember a young chap at a regional on the Necros release weekend who opened a hand of...
I recall this hypothetical. I remember this.
I recall a hand of Gungnir, Trishula, Valk, Unicorn, and Exomer. So what he does is he activates Exomer and sends Herald and summons Unicorn with Exomer, not Kaleidoscope. So that's something that has maybe happened somewhere, and that is unacceptable.
It was a pretty unacceptable thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it was release weekend.
It's on a
if you missed that, he used this chap used a Necros mirror as if it was a Necros kaleidoscope.
Yeah, I mean, it was release weekend. It's very easy to mix up like the mirrors, you know.
If he had not done so, he would have ended his turn.
Yeah, because I mean that hand didn't do anything, right? Gungnir.
But if that is a Kaleido mirror, it does everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So you just pretend it was.
So
that young chap, he did so.
Yeah, that's one I recall.
It's only hypothetically unacceptable.
There was a good pendulum play that happened at locals recently. Who wants to tell about that one? Wait, that didn't happen at locals. That maybe.
Yeah, this thing that might have happened at locals recently.
At a locals.
At locals somewhere in the world.
Or universe.
Someone decided. Well, someone like waveringized their scales, right? And then like afterwards, they just pendulum summoned 4 monsters from their hand onto the field without playing any scales. And,
wow, this is a very funny hypothetical situation.
The opponent did not notice.
So you're doing a pendulum summon? Yeah. Where's your scales? Oh, sorry, bro.
This guy's hypothetically my fucking hero.
He's a hypothetical hero.
Did someone call him out for that, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
someone caught it and then they fixed it. I think it was a mistake on the player's part. It was hypothetically hilarious.
Hypothetically, the person should have been playing their own game rather than getting involved.
Christoph, I think you remember a hypothetical play that you...
Which hypothetical play are you thinking about?
How many fucking is there?
A lot. There are many hypotheticals. Some could say there are an infinite amount of hypotheticals.
Hypothetical could be correct.
Let someone else go first, and then I'll come back.
All right, I remember a hypothetical. I think it was I can't remember which event it was, but someone was playing Monarch versus Cosmo, and I think it was the extra deck Monarch variant, and the guy made a Zolkin, but didn't have any spell or traps in his hand to set, and it's all he had to do was summon something off the Zolkin for game. So and he's playing against Cosmo. His opponent had a back row, so he just looks at his hand that's just a monster or some monsters, and he just puts a Kuraz from his hand into his back row and just goes effective Zolkin. And the opponent just strikes it, and he just picks up his cards and just and it was quite a
that
funny
guy
hypothetical solution.
Hypothetically deserved it.
Oh. I think it's funny because it's the idea behind that play was you made this person made the Zolkin knowing that there was no way to trigger it by the end of the turn unless they set the Kuraz. So it's not like they got to that point of setting the Kuraz. It was oh shit, I have to set Kuraz now. It was I'm gonna start my turn. I can make Zolkin, but the only way for me to trigger is if I set this fucking Kuraz.
Alright, well they might have misplayed and forgot. Oh shit, I don't have a back row.
Oh shit, you can't set monsters. Damn.
Anyone else get any hypotheticals?
I've got one. So, hypothetically, at a regional somewhere in the world, you never know, could be anywhere, hypothetically. So, a lad may have gone normal summon Bunbuku, add Kieran. You can tell this is in the past because they were playing Kieran. And then hypothetically. So then they went, shuffled their hand a bit, looked around, and then tribute summoned Kieran.
Just like
double summons are so common, but like Bunbuku adds Kieran and then tribute over that. Oh, that's just audacious.
So hypothetically, on one timeline, hypothetically.
Oh, I can't even imagine your stories, Tony.
Some could say this was the darkest timeline.
I'm just saying hypothetical. Well, this isn't my hypothetical story. That I'm just saying that on. Oh, that's a big one that everyone's overlooked. Hypothetically, on one timeline, Skullcrobat Joker hypothetically searches Mask Restrict. Same.
That happens in like every format, like Red Gadget search Future Fusion, etc. etc.
Wind Up Factory search Heavy Storm.
We know someone who did that.
That hypothetically happened at locals. Someone hypothetically searched the Heavy Storm with their Wind Up Factory.
I've got a story.
Hypothetically, at locals, someone normal summoned magician with a face-up Wind Up Factory revealed Shark. Okay, and I started going off of the factory, searched Heavy Storm, and like this after the Shark got summoned, then you would play Heavy Storm into the 3 back row, because you wouldn't play it before you play Factory or Magician, because you had to search it with the Factory.
What was your back row? Was it like Battle Traps?
Hypothetically, that person's back row had a torrential he was holding, and he had a Mirror Force. That was some really good hypothetical back row.
I've got a story that isn't even fucking hypothetical, it's just me straight up cheating against Tony. But it's friendly and it's not a sanctioned event, so it doesn't count. So I can't be penalised for this. It's a friendly, okay? Disclaimer, friendly. So me and Tony.
No, it shows intent, mate. It shows intent.
What?
What?
What did you say?
It shows intent.
Doesn't fucking cares. It's you.
Yeah, the Joker Search Restrict was also a hypothetical friendly situation.
I guess so.
Oh yeah, I fucking remember a certain guy called Branny Burns. He
No, Tony, no. So anyway, me and Tony are playing just like a match of Shadal versus Burning Abyss. Tony's playing BA and I'm playing Shadal. And then like we do like game 1 and game 2 or something. It goes to game 3 and I think Burning Abyss generally blinds first in that format. I can't remember. It was so long ago.
I remember this.
Yeah, you play loads of traps.
So.
Wait, this isn't even hypothetical, is it?
This is me and Tony. No, I know, it's just me cheating against Tony. So me and Tony are siding for game 3, and what I do is I'm siding, and I go into my main deck, and I pick out Shadal Fusion and Denko Sekka, and I put it under my mat, and then I go to my I continue siding, and I give Tony my deck. He cuts. I put my deck down. I draw 3 cards and pull out the Denko and Shadal Fusion from under my mat, and then Tony does his turn, and then I proceed to smash him very easily. How many times have I told you this story, Tony?
Too many, and I still have no fucking recollection of me ever even playing you with you.
No, I was there. I remember it.
I do remember another time where someone called Badir Bazuni, in an actual event, he looked at my fucking hand.
Oh, we've already done this fucking story time. Shut up, Tony. Tony, first of all, you deny it.
No. I was playing Battery Men.
What?
And he just... no one even gave a fuck apart. You just fucking looked at it and then smashed me, prick.
Oh, they just beat you up. Yeah, okay, right, that happened. Christoph, do you remember anything else?
No, actually, like, I was gonna say the Kuraz thing. I remember that maybe.
I've heard of a hypothetical.
Right.
Maybe, I think Christoph knows it better because I wasn't there. Someone hypothetically cheated a lot with Fluffles at an event.
Oh, okay. So I saw someone playing. They were playing Star Seraph Fluffles. And 2 seconds. No, go back. Go away.
Interrupted by a sister.
Wait, what? Oh, right.
Go away.
Go away!
Okay. He was playing against Clifford, and he's opened the full like stick chair combo with like Brilliant Fusion as well. But instead of doing any of that, he
Hypothetically,
to prove that he could get away with it, he hypothetically normal summon stick and then used its effect to add chair, and then normal summoned a chair and then just normal summoned the third chair. And then later on during that game, normal summoned a fluffle dog and used its effect to add both Edge Imp, Chain, and Toy Vendor.
Can dog even legally search any of those in the first
that card
place?
searches.
all in the same turn.
Oh my god. See, like, oh, I just don't know. Like, when you want patchwork that much, for fuck's sake. I was reading some of the hypothetical stories that were posted online, and there's just so many, but I think my favourite one was normal tour guide. There's so many with BA, by the way. There's an unreal number of cheating that happens with BA. And, you know, I'm not even going to say what I was about to say there with BA, but it's a bit of a stereotype, okay? So tour guide, special Hornet from deck. And then use the effect to equip.
What? Fuck off! That's never happened.
I don't know, it's hypothetical. Maybe it has, maybe it hasn't. But, like, yeah, just... I love what it's like.
Somebody went tour guide, summon 5 bits of Exodia, I win. Oh, fuck! I have the absolute best cheating story. Holy shit! I completely forgot.
A hypothetical cheating story.
Right. So in school, right, we play like Yu-Gi-Oh together, and there's maybe 6 to 8 of us or something.
So, was Yu-Gi-Oh even invented when you were in school?
What, was I born in the 1800s or something? Shut up. Right, anyway, there was this one guy and he had like much better cards than the rest of us. He was like a complete retard. So I remember I was like on the computer or something and I just hear him scream out and he went, I just done like 37,000 damage, and I'm like, how the fuck did you do that in like 2003 or something, by the way? So
Apple wasn't around then.
Right, so, but what turns out that it happened is on, hold on, I'm just gonna get it up a second.
You just completely make up a ruling about, like, I don't know, castle walls.
Right, so the exact wording of Return from a Different Dimension is, pay half your life points, special summon as many of your banished monsters as possible.
Oh god.
So he just summoned like 30.
Just ignored the concept of monster zones.
So yeah, that happened.
Well, okay. I mean, technically, the card.
Hypothetical. There was hypothetically a game where someone drew Brilliant Fusion and Garnet in their opening hand, so they hypothetically just drew a 6th card. So they started with 6 cards, and then when they played the Brilliant Fusion, they put the Garnet into their grave from their hand, along with the light from the deck, and then the card count still added up. It was a really cool hypothetical situation.
Oh.
I have a question.
I remember that game between Lee and Ryan, and it was a friendly, so this doesn't count. Where I don't know, you were all just like double drawn against Lee, like to the point where he's had like 15 cards in
Ryan
hand.
was playing, but every time Ryan shuffled the deck, Liam would pick it up and like stack it.
Yeah, and then
just put it back down, and Lee wouldn't notice.
And then Ryan would draw a card, and then double draw, and then like triple draw, and then it got to the point where he had like 15 cards in hand, and then he exitoned them.
Yeah, he exits on them with 15 cards in hand.
So not only are you
can't do, it's
So-
like Lee didn't notice that the guy had 15 cards in hand.
So not only did you double draw and triple draw, you've like illegally used Exiton and just, yeah, it's just bizarre. Someone gave a hypothetical story that I thought was just hilarious. Was when pendulums first came out, you just activated 2 scales and then just summoned his like extra deck monsters. It was just like, oh, does it say face up? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, surely the chat has some good hypotheticals.
Probably. Patrick Hoban has one. He said, one time I activated Trap Dust Shoot and returned a card. That same turn, my opponent activated Heavy Storm. He didn't have Heavy Storm in his hand when I Dust Shooted.
Imagine
Genius.
having the fucking cheek.
The balls, man.
How would you even do that? Like, just add a storm somehow and just...
Yeah.
How do you even prove it as well?
I know,
You
right?
saw their hand.
That's fucking absurd.
It's like my story of playing Chainburn and having your entire extra deck just be 15 ulti constructs, and then when you show your opponent your extra deck and they go to call a judge, you just launch your extra deck across the room because no one's going to believe you. Who's going to believe, oh yeah, his entire extra deck was 15
but
ulti
then they run
constructs,
over-
and then he just threw it across the room.
Yeah, but then when they run to where the person says he threw it, they find 15 ulti constructs, Tony.
Nah, but it's all like rubber banded together, and you've just launched it across the room.
Through a window.
I remember one time I accidentally duality'd and then like Wolf barked on the turn. I was like,
I
really...
remember that. That was your first regional.
Yeah, I was like, I'd been playing for like a couple months at that point, which I guess is a long time, really, if you think about it. But I don't know.
Oh, I remember a hypothetical from earlier. I saw that someone in the damage that used Farm Girl's effect, and the opponent ghost ogred it. And then the guy went, "All right, I'll just chain Farm Girl to tag out." And then they told him that you couldn't tag out because it was the damage step. Like, you can't use Farm Girl because it's the damage step. Oh, but I can ghost ogre though.
I saw someone at locals playing a Metal Foes mirror, and
This sounds like me.
one player emptiness anti-spelled the other one.
Oh god.
I think one of them was playing ABC actually.
So-
And the Metal Foe player went, okay, emptiness anti-spell. Alright, special Gofu, no effect. Normal summon Gold Driver. So, okay. Synchro for Vermilion. Alright, Vermilion effect. Banish Gofu, pop anti-spell, your emptiness dies.
You're straight up ignoring cards as just pattern.
Oh, there was a hypothetical situation at a regional where someone was just like, see Metal Foe's counter. See, whenever they just wanted it, they would just they just used it. Like you didn't need something to be destroyed. You would just flip counter just to put it in the grave so you could add Metal Foes back. Like in the end phase, you would just activate a counter, and then that during his draw phase, banish it and add a Metal Foe. Just use counter for no reason.
Right, to be fair, the card says if a card you control is destroyed with battle card effect.
Yes, that's the activation requirement.
No, it's like if it isn't.
No, it fucking is. It's like activating Mirror Force on the draw phase, Nadir.
Wait till something's destroyed then. Why is it giving you the option?
Why is it? Yeah, why does it ask me? Oh yeah, setting and then using left arm. That probably happens so often. Or just discarding instead of banishing with left arm. Discard 4 BAs, add grass.
It's the basic play. It's the basic combo.
Oh, it's bread. This
Hello.
was actually quite funny. I once told someone on DN that my Thunder King was a proxy for Effect Veiler. It won me the game. Proxying online? What? Here, Bread, do you know any hypothetical, non-incriminating cheating stories?
Yeah, make sure they're hypothetical.
Let me just think.
Or they're friendlies and not in sanctioned events?
I'm gonna need a minute, I think, because it's But I'm sure in my shit locals, there's gonna be something. I just need a minute to think about it.
Jordan, tell us the Valcon Towers.
Oh yeah, hypothetically, I was at a regional Necros format, and I'm watching this hypothetical game that was going on between Necros and like Cliffort, and like it's gone to time, right? And this guy's summoned towers, and he's just like he goes attack with towers, and the Necros player would just go Valk, and then no one would take damage, and then the Necros guy would drop return, go effective Unicorn, discard, add back Valk, pass. The opponent went, all right, attack with towers. Yeah, I went Valk. No one took any damage, and that happened 3 turns in a row, where the 3K would have killed him 3 turns in a row because towers is unaffected.
I got one. At a hypothetical regional in a land that will remain anonymous.
May or may not exist.
Yes, thank you. A duelist used Sideblocker to shut off Necros of Valkyrus from stopping his attacks, but decided that he would use his own Necros of Valkyrus to attack and win the game. And then
I think that's quite easy to miss, though, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
Who needs cards?
Eat.
So I've got a Klee one. Like, hypothetically, you're losing a match against Floodgate Turbo, and you're playing Klee. Now, you can't normal summon one of your Klees, because you'll die. What do? Hypothetically.
Why would you die?
You set the Cliffort, bro.
You set the Cliffort monster.
Yeah. That's how you do it,
The
bro.
level 6 Cliffort monster.
Someone may have hypothetically done that in a recorded feature match in a specifically not UK but still Europe English-speaking country. Yeah, on the feature match, and then no one questions it until after the event, and then that person may indeed have read their cards afterwards and then wondered, "Wow, this is There's no reason for these cards not to be able to be set." Still to this day, this person wonders why can't they set Clifford monsters.
See, speaking of Clifforts, like the number of times I used to just Farfa like a stealth, like
Hypothetically, as Farfa is stealth.
yeah.
I mean,
Hypothetically, scattershotting a Clifford monster.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen loads of those scenarios. You know, the soft cheating thing where someone uses like just fucking Stormforth and then tries to use Instant Fusion afterwards. It's like those things. There's loads. I've got loads of that shit happen in my locals, but never have I seen like the more like actually, clinically retarded sort of plays, like ignoring emptiness, ignoring a face-up floodgate,
or pendulum summoning without skills.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. Just draw into a hand of 6. Yes, pendulum summon. Oh my god, who does that?
Does anyone have any more off the top of the heads, or should we end it there?
Okay, so this may or may not have happened at a CTS event.
Oh god.
Outside of the main regions. Hypothetically, right? So this Infernity FTK player is just having a jolly old day, being a very clean player, until they kind of, they look at their hand, and their hand isn't that great, and they want to go to lunch, like, really quickly. So what happens is, they activate... So, first of all, this player has somehow opened triple Dragon Shrine. But, right, all they need to win the game is, to have Armageddon Knight in their hand. So what ended up happening is, they go, activate Dragon Shrine. Oh, gosh, golly darn. And they start, like, putting their, like, kind of body over the table while they're looking through their deck. And they may have accidentally slipped a Armageddon Knight from their deck to their hand, and then sent Darkworm from their deck to their graveyard, to, in turn, FTK the opposing opponent, and then go to lunch with his friends. theoretically may or may not have happened.
That is a scummy hypothetical situation.
That's not even funny. That's just like really like just like
Oh yeah, no,
cruel.
it's just hard cheating.
Someone just used shit sleight of hand to win, so he can go get
Yeah.
the end.
Yeah.
I mean, there's funny
Forget
cheating,
kid.
like specialing Gofu under emptiness, summoning Vermilion, and then popping anti-spell.
Hypothetically.
It's the best bit is now I'll abide by the rules. Now you're entering
Oh, by the way, yeah, now you're into this.
Hypothetical person still does this to this day.
Oh my word.
Anything else, Christoph? Did you have one?
I saw I think it was Liverpool, maybe, or maybe somewhere
A hypothetical
far away
A
from
hypothetical
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Could be in Narnia.
I saw a Fluffle player play against I think it was Metalfo at the time, which like back then the Metalfo deck was like Zolkin and like Kieran, right? Yeah, because Denov wasn't out yet. And the Metalfo player has Crystal Wing in Kieran and Zolkin, and the Fluffle player like he plays through the board and he manages to like out the Crystal Wing and the Kieran, but he's definitely going to die next turn unless he kills a guy. But he's got like he like Fright for fusions and banishes like 2 monsters for a Fright for Wolf. And the opponent picks up the card and reads it, and he goes, "Oh, okay. So, how many attacks does it have?" And the player looks at his 2 banished fusion materials and goes, 4. The guy goes, you got it.
You got it.
You got it.
Fluffle seems like the best deck to cheat with, I swear to God.
No.
Yeah, it may or may not be.
Yeah, it may or may not be.
I just think that the guy is just, again, clinically just
Not looking at.
impaired. Yeah, just a few. I can't be fucked for an analogy, but yeah, the guy's just stupid.
If this person existed, then they may have a mental problem.
Alright, thanks everyone for watching. This has been Storytime, the hypothetical cheating.